So Eva, can you tell us a little bit more about co-design?
What it means?
Yeah.
Yes, I can. So this co-designing of translation, again, that was kind of born out of frustration that people were just doing straight translations and printing it or putting it on the website, spending a lot of money and not really being able to measure it and not really being able to engage communities properly. So what it is that you might have an idea, and then you go to the community and ask them what they think. So it's a two-way street. It's a dialogue rather than you talking at the community. And the important thing about co-design is that you need to take on board what people are telling you. So it is a collaborative process, and it's difficult and it's expensive and it's tough and all of those things, but you end up with some amazing resources for your communities that really work. Because people that need your services will often know how to design them. So if you talk to them, the chance of developing something that's really useful and has a long shelf life is very, very high.
Yes, and not only co-designing documents, but also you can co-design programs, videos, and different resources and formats. But why do we do it? What's the importance of co-design? And does everybody can do co-design?
So you do need to be experienced in it because there's also something that's called fire design. I didn't make that up. I heard somebody say it's where you just basically just tick off boxes and you say, I've co-designed something with the community. But unless you're really humble and prepared to listen and actually act on what people are telling you, that's what we call fire design. So don't do that, people. But rather think about, okay, am I humble enough to really go out there, listen to the community and act on what they're telling me? So as you know, recently we've just completed, or we're just about to complete, a big project for Mental Health Commissioner of Victoria. And that was a really interesting project in that they were really open to listening, but not just listening, but acting on it. So within minutes, they've adopted their social media campaign. They looked at images because people couldn't relate to them. So they were developing a video, by the way, about what the MHCC or Mental Health Complaints Commissioner does. And it was just so refreshing because we knew entering that relationship that they're actually going to do the right thing. And they were also very attuned to what we were saying and what the communities were saying, because we got a number of people who've lived experiences of mental health, and that also is very important in co-design. But I think the basic principle of it is that it needs to be a collaborative approach and something that's going to be developed truly together, not by somebody kind of taking away the information and doing their own thing with it. Yeah.
And you talk about a key element about building relationship with the communities, because this could be a start for that. And communities will help you, but also would like to understand and know what you will do finally with all the information that are given to you. So it is important to do co-design, and it's very effective, but also it's not a one time in a life. It's a process, and you have to keep up with that, updating the communities and reaching out to them.
Totally. It's a journey. And I think the worst thing you can do is go out to the community and promise them something and not deliver. I mean, I've seen it so many times from different organizations and governments where, you know, maybe they have a good intention, but there's no energy or drive to keep talking to the community. Because, you know, like diverse communities will go and do their own thing. You know, there's grassroots. You know, you've seen it through COVID. People went and did their own translations. People went and developed their own communication, videos, podcasts. Why? Because they were not getting what the government was giving them. And I think, you know, people will take matters into their own hands, or you can spend your money wisely and actually engage them at the beginning of the process, but continue it, as you say. because you don't want to disappoint communities because they'll never come back. That's what happens.
Exactly. And also recognize them for their time, their experience, and all the knowledge they're giving to you. But if you want to learn more about co-design, or you're thinking in implementing co-design in your projects, just let us know. We're happy to help you with that.
Absolutely.